Welcome. Today, we'll be using the midpoint formula. Let's start by plotting the points that we are given. 4, 3 and 8, 5. Let's create our line. Now, what we want to do is we want to find out the midpoint between those 2 points. So if we want to have an intuition of where it is, it should be somewhere around here. How can we find that precisely? We have a formula for that. All we need to do is we need to identify what are the values of this component, x1, x2, and y1, y2. To identify those components, let's look back at the points that we are given. In 4, 3, let's define as x1, y1. In 8, 5, let's define that as x2, y2. Now that we have defined our components, now it's a matter of just plugging in values into a formula. x1, we have it here as 4, plus x2, we have it here as 8, divided by 2, y1, we have it here as 3, plus y2, we have it here as 5. And if we combine, we get 12 divided by 2. And if we combine, we get 8 divided by 2. If we simplify, we get 6, 4. Now let's identify where 6, 4 is in our diagram. Notice the location of 6, 4. 6, 4 is between the location of the 2 coordinate points that we are given. So therefore, we have defined the midpoint of those 2 values. Let's take a look at another example. Let's start by plotting our points, -3, -2, and 1, 4. Let's connect those points. To use our formula, we need to define our components. So let's let -3, -2 as being my x1, y1. And let's let 1, 4 to be my x2, y2. Now that we have identified them, it's just a matter of plugging it into our formula. x1, which is -3, plus x2, which is 1, divided by 2, y1, -2, plus y2, which is 4, all of it divided by 2. -2 over 2, and 2 over 2. And if we simplify a little bit further, now we get -1, 1. Now let's take a look at the location of this point, -1, 1. Notice that this point, it's in the middle between the 2 points that we are given. Therefore, we can define this point as the midpoint between -3, -2 and 1, 4. Let's do one more example. Let's start by plugging in our points, 1, -4 and 5, -2. Let's connect those points. Let's define the components for our formula. So let's let 1, -4 be x1, y1. And let's let 5, -2 as being x2, y2. And now that we have identified them, it's a matter of plugging into a formula. x1, we have it as 1. x2, we have it as 5. y1, we have it as -4. y2, we have it as -2. Now let's simplify. 6 divided by 2, -6 divided by 2. We can simplify this a little further. That will give me 3, -3. Let's look at the location of this coordinate point. Notice that this coordinate point is in the middle between the points that we are given. Therefore, we can define as 3, -3 as the midpoint. Welcome. If you would like to continue learning about mathematics, you can check out the videos on the left.